Alright guys, hey, welcome back to the channel. Thank you all for my subscribers, followers, all love and support, comments, all that kind of stuff. Today we are working on the ecodiesel. I have a code P026D overfueling issue. Thought it was part of the recall, so they redid the high pressure fuel pump. That didn't fix anything, but it was part of a recall. Another place I took it to says I need to do injectors on it, and now I have a code P026D-00 or whatever it is, cylinder 3 glow plug problem again. So shop I took it to after I've done the glow plug said that it needs a set of injectors, or the injectors need to come out and be cleaned. So brand new injectors at the dealer are going to run me between $700 and $900 a piece. There's 6 injectors. Ouch. So we're going to pull these injectors out first and take them apart, clean them, see if they are damaged in any way, anything else, or if the programming is off. We'll get there and show you how that works and that fun stuff. But let's just dig into getting these apart, because there's, like, if you guys watch my video of the glow plugs, there's a lot of work that has to be done. So we got to take off, like, the charge pipe, the intake pipe all the way back, which should be, well, just off the back right there before it goes into the turbo. Some fuel things, whatever, to get to them. They're not terrible to get to, they're just a few things we have to remove to get to them, easier access. So okay guys, I don't know if you can see this because of the light. Get some light right here. But with the charge pipe off to the turbo, we removed the intake there. Now we can get to, if you notice, we can get to all 3 of these injectors. There's one right there, one right there, one right there. That's easy. This one, a little harder. I can get to 1, 2. Number 3 is underneath this pipe, so we gotta remove the ZGR pipe again. Get in there so we can get to that injector. It's right there. Alright, so how to get these return lines off. These guys right here, I had to pull them off cylinder number 1. Because right in the middle there's this little weird tab. Different color from the T-line. So what you gotta do is, you gotta kind of carefully grab them. Try and get you guys at a good angle too. Just kind of wiggle them up. See how it kind of popped up? See how it's up versus the other one? And you just kind of wiggle it until it pops off, and then it's off. And do the same thing with the rest. Pop them off and get the return lines out of the way is our next step. We'll do one side at a time. That's because it's easier than trying to go back and forth. There it is. There's the return line for 1, 2, and 3. Now we gotta get down in here and remove these lines, the fuel lines, off of the rail. So it'll be easier to get them out and remove the injector number itself off of here. So let's get those loosened up. Those are 17 on this side and 19 mil on this side. Alright, fuel rails are off on the 1, 2, and 3 side. Now we're going to pull the electrical connections off, so we're going to reach down in here. I'm trying to be able to get, for you guys to see this, is just pinch the top, kind of give it a little wiggle, and pull them off. We're just going to put them aside, kind of just like that. Just move them out of the way so they're not in our way. Number 3, I've been looking at it. It's the one that's my troubled one is going to be the freaking, and probably my hardest one. Might have to remove a couple things, but we'll see. So after we get done with that, we are going to pull this off. I think these are 10 mil bolts. Loosen these up, and hope to God that, see right there, okay, now you can see it. So 10 mil bolt that holds the little, like, rocker bracket in for the injector. Hopefully we can just pop those loose, and this injector just boop, comes right out. It won't be so hard, because if it doesn't come out and they're seized in there, oh boy, it's gonna be a interesting one. Through this real quick, let me climb back up in here. We do have all the cylinders or injectors off. All three of them are out. We did have to remove though the you can't really see it because the light. I keep blocking all the light. The valve for the EGR controller, we had to remove that so you could actually get down into the bolt in the back there for the number 3 rocker off. So we just kind of left the rocker there, so I know that I have to put the ejector in first before that comes in, or I have to remove this back bracket that's right there to get it in, which is easy. We'll probably pull it out and clean it up though before we put it back in. So that is that one. As we pull them out though, I climb over here. This is number 3 injector. We have actually marked them on top, so if we don't get new ones and they're okay, that they're still coded to number 3, so I don't have to recode them or program the ECU. I got out 1, 2, and 3 on this side, which is awesome. They came out nice and easy. I thought they were gonna fight me, but now we gotta do 4, 5, and 6 on this side. So hopefully these ones are about the same. We're just doing the same process. Remove the return lines, remove the clips, remove the fuel lines, and then remove the 10mm bolts that hold the ring painter ring in, and then they just pop out. So alright guys, here is 4, 5, and 6, or 4, 5, and 6, I don't know, whatever they are, numbered. Anyway, so we'll get lost. That is it. That took a minute because number 5 was stuck. Took a little bit of wiggling. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back over to the garage and pull these apart. I'm going to pull the one apart that's number 3 because that's the one that's giving her issues, just to make sure I know how to take it apart and put it back together before I attempt to take apart the rest of these and have to go buy all 6. Take them apart, we're just going to clean them, see if they do any cleaning. Make sure everything is good and clean, and then we'll throw them all back together, come reinstall them, put everything back together. But number 3, I'm pretty sure we're just going to replace with a new one to start with, if these aren't, if the other ones are okay. Now if we still have the same issue, then I think we'll just replace the other 5. Be done with it. Well, after all cleaning, we're gonna put them back together. We have one new one because the one that we tried to take apart didn't work, so we just cleaned the tips and nozzles as best we could with a brush and some cleaner. And we're gonna put all these back in, so we delay back over here, put it all back together, and all that fun stuff. Well, we're gonna start with the hardest one first, which would be number 3, and then work up. Okay, so we got the injectors all back in. We got 1, 2, 3. Not sure if it's the same. Alright, in order, I mean. Same with the bolts down in there to hold the brackets on. The little finger brackets, those are down to 15 foot-pounds of torque. And the high pressure rail, they are 9 foot-pounds of torque on those guys. And upwards of the regular. Then don't forget to put the return line back on. Otherwise you'll have fuel going everywhere. We'll put the regulator, or the EGR, the other thing back on, so we have to take that bracket off to get in here. Now we gotta go back over and do 4, 5, and 6. Alright guys, well I went a little step farther ahead. Got all these rails done. You can go over here to the 4, 5, and 6. We got all those all done and back together. Now we gotta put charge pipe back on. I got the EGR pipe back on, the intake pipe back on. Now we gotta work over here on this charge pipe, get that one back on the turbo, this back onto the intake turbo. Now we gotta put some of the stuff that we took apart up front. I was looking at something on some fuel stuff, but that's for a later thing. But we do that. They got the big lights because it's getting dark and it's still hot with the rain. Now it's humid and crap, but once we get that done, then we have to code that one injector that we got, and I'll walk you through how that works. Alright everybody, everything is back together. Intercooler hoses, everything else, it is all back together. Now we gotta go in, plug in our scanner, and do the coding on cylinder 3 with the new number of the injector, so it knows what the quantities are and the number of it, so it knows it's running like it's supposed to. Anyway, I'm not sure if you guys can see that very well, but we'll do our best to do it. So you plug in, you get to your maintenance screen right here. Hit your maintenance. We're going to go to injectors. We're going to do VIN. All VIN is going to read everything. I might have to have the key on too though. We're going to select it as a Dodge. Confirm. Got the VIN number, we're going to confirm it. Injector quantity adjustment. Functional adjust quantity values. Hit OK. Engine test. Engine not be running, but the ignition is on. Okay, hit OK. Now we're going to be coding injector number 3, changing that code. See how it says injector, physical injector number 1. So if you hit the tab down, you can select your injector. So we wrote down previously, you guys can't see it, on number 3, our old code. This is our new code. So what we're going to do is we're going to tap number 3. We're going to hit confirm. Okay, and now we're going to take this one and we're going to type it in. So we're going to go 58. FR Y53. I'm going to confirm that with what I've got written down. 58 FRY53. Hit enter. Confirm. Injectors programmed successfully. That is how easy that is to do. I go back and double check. Okay, 858 Y53 to make sure it took, and it took. So pretty easy how to program your injector quantity. I should have recorded that, but after you've done that and opened up the fuel, you gotta let it crank a little bit for it to get fuel back into the cylinders and the lines, because you drain the fuel out. So that was my bad. I didn't explain that, but it'll crank for a minute before it actually gets started up. I'm gonna turn off the AC here because we don't need it running right now. What we're going to do is we're going to come up here and we're actually going to check the leaks on everything just to make sure we're not leaking. And we go from there. So we're going to check the leaks on all the injector hoses and lines and injectors and all that fun stuff. Alright, so after you've done all your leak tests, make sure nothing's leaking. Clean up all your tools, make sure it's all good to go. I'm going to let it run and warm up. I'm going to do a couple scans on everything just to see how the scanning works when I go for a quick drive, see how it all performs and runs. Hopefully that took care of the code. If not, well, there's another issue we'll have to look at. But other than that, guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe for more, leave us a comment, share it, like it, all that fun stuff. And we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye!